The man that has everything but his purpose will always be ruled by everyone but himself. It's better to fail at something amazing than to succeed at nothing. What is the one and the only thing that you truly have full control over? That's right. It is your mind. The only thing you can never take away from a man is his mind. Not even death can touch it, because when you die, you leave this world with your mind. And when you are born again somewhere else, that new life will begin with a mind. But between birth and death, while you live in this world, the most important decisions you will ever make are the ones that affect your mind. Because everything in your life flows from there. Your actions flow from your mind. Your character flows from your mind. Your achievements, your destiny, your eternity, all of it flows from there. Yet 99% of people allow their minds to be controlled by outside forces, by other people, by society, by advertising, by media, by trends. Listen to this, because what I am about to tell you now may change the way you see your life, your struggles and your failures. There are always two kinds of people in this world. There are those who move through life tired, bitter, complaining, just trying to survive day by day. And there are those who stand tall when storms arrive, who smile when others collapse, who rise when others quit, and who win. The difference between them is not intelligence. It is not money. It is not education. It is something much deeper. It is what I call a positive mental attitude. And let me explain. This is not about pretending to be happy or forcing a smile when you are breaking inside. It is not shallow optimism. It is a force of spirit. It is the strength to see beyond the fog of pain and still move forward with purpose, clarity, and faith. It is the only true antidote to failure and the foundation of every lasting success. A man once came to me and said, "Robert, I have been through hell and back. My family is gone. I lost my house, my savings, my business. Everything I touched failed. People laughed at me behind my back. I didn't know where to go or what to do. And then I heard you speak about having a positive mental attitude. So I went home that night, looked at myself in the mirror and said, I choose to be positive. And Robert, I must admit it worked. You changed my life, and he did it by getting control of his mind. That is the topic of today's video, how to get control of your mind. I spent over 25 years studying the greatest men of our time. Carnegie, Ford, Edison, Rockefeller. They were not great because life was easy. They were great because they built a mindset that could not be destroyed. They were not afraid of failure. They welcomed it. They did not collapse under setbacks. They studied them and transformed them into success. And you can do the same, but first you must ask yourself, what controls your mind today? Is it fear, doubt, resentment, self-pity, or is it faith, purpose, gratitude, desire? Because the mind is never neutral. If you do not take charge of it, the world will end. If you do not master it, darker forces will. That was the truth. I discovered when I finally met my greatest enemy, myself. We can fool other people. We can fool our friends. We can fool our family. We can even fool ourselves for a while, but in the end, we will be forced to face our greatest enemy, ourselves. So if you really want to win in life, if you really want to create a positive mental attitude that nothing can destroy, if you really want to find the courage within yourself, here is the first step. Come to terms with the fact that you are the one who has the absolute power over your mind and thus over your destiny. No one else can feel your pain. No one else can feel your emotions. No one else can change your attitude. No one else can live your life. Only you can, and only you must. If you refuse to take responsibility for your own mind, the worst criminal will always blame someone else for influencing him to commit his crimes. The drug addict will blame his peer pressure. The liar will blame his family background. The weak man will blame society for his weaknesses. A coward will blame his mother for making him too soft as a child. But the strong man will look into the mirror and say, it is my choice to be strong. It is my decision to win. It is my commitment to overcome whatever challenges appear. Because no matter what happens, I am in control of my mind. Now, some might say, what about trauma? What about difficult childhoods? What about diseases and genetic defects? I say there are millions of people in the world who suffered for worse than you did, yet they created great lives and incredible legacies. Hell, I know people who had both legs torn off by landmines, yet they became happier than people with both legs intact. How? Because they chose to focus on what they had instead of what they lost. Because they chose to be grateful for the blessing of being alive instead of focusing on their wounds. Because they chose to use their minds to create a future instead of being overwhelmed by their past. But some of you are saying, yes, but I don't even know what my purpose is. I don't even know what I want. So how can I claim ownership of my mind? Then I ask them, what is your purpose? Because no man can build an indestructible attitude without a burning, consuming, magnificent goal. So powerful that even failure itself trembles before it. A famous general once said, the battle is won before it is fought, and so is life. If you do not have a clear sense of what you want, if you do not have a purpose that makes your soul sing, how can you expect to have the mental strength to overcome obstacles? Do you really think the man who goes into the gym for the first time is mentally prepared to lift the same weight as the man who has trained for years? No, the beginner needs to set small goals, lift small weights, and slowly work his way up. And so must you. Find a purpose that resonates with your soul. Find a reason to get out of bed every morning. Find a dream that frightens you. So huge that it takes up all your thoughts and all your actions. Because anything great starts from a tiny spark, a burning desire that eats up your whole being until it becomes reality. Listen to that again. Anything great starts from a tiny spark, a burning desire that eats up your whole being until it becomes reality. In the final analysis, there is only one thing that truly matters. It is not status. It is not wealth. It is not reputation. It is what you leave behind after you are long gone. It is the difference you made. It is the lives you touched. It is the good you did for others. And if you think you can escape that reality by taking your own life, by giving up and falling into depression, then you are more mistaken than you can possibly imagine. Because whether you live or die, whether you are conscious or unconscious, whether you try to escape or embrace it, the one and only thing that will define your existence is your contribution to others. To put it simply, the amount of love you give. There is a story about a man who was sitting on a bench in a park feeding the birds when suddenly a man approached him and asked, "Why do you spend your days like this? Why don't you go out there and pursue your dreams? Why don't you go out there and achieve something?" And the man calmly replied, "Because I already have. Look around you. All these birds fly thousands of miles every year to return to this exact spot. And do you know why? Because I have fed them. I have shown them love. And now they associate me with love. They associate me with their survival. They associate me with joy. They come back every single year because I gave them something worth coming back to. And that is my purpose. That is my legacy, and so it is with you. Think about what you really want to achieve in life and break it down into small steps. Then act on those small steps every day. And I promise you, the more value you give, the more people will respect and honor you. The more you focus on others, the less you will focus on yourself. And that is a beautiful thing. In conclusion, remember this. No one can beat you unless you let them. No one can destroy you unless you allow it. No one can hurt you unless you give them that power. You are the gatekeeper of your own mind. You are the master of your own destiny. Choose wisely, young warrior, because the world is watching. There always comes a decisive moment in every life, a point where you must choose who controls your thoughts, you or the world. Most people wait for circumstances to change before they change their attitude. They say when life gets better, I will be positive. When I succeed, I will be confident. When others believe in me, I will believe in myself. But that day never comes because attitude is not built by conditions. It is built by decision. Right now, in this very moment, you can choose to own your mind, to lead your thoughts. You can decide that no matter what storms rise, you will stand. You do not need permission. You do not need validation. You do not need the world to agree with you. All you need is clarity of purpose, the discipline of habits, and an unbreakable attitude. Once those three combine, nothing can stop you and nothing can break you. This is the great secret of every man who ever rose from nothing to greatness. They did not wait. They decided. They did not beg. They believed. They did not drift. They directed their minds toward destiny. Understand this. The strongest prison in the world is not made of bars. It is made of thoughts. And the only key is awareness. When you know that you and you alone are the master of your mental attitude, then you can walk free from fear, free from doubt, free from failure. Success is not about luck. It is about preparation. About inner mastery. About the invisible war you fight every single day between faith and fear. Between strength and weakness, between discipline and indulgence. Victory belongs to the one who chooses faith, strength and discipline, not once, not twice, but every day until it becomes his very nature. And when that day comes, when your mind no longer bends to negativity, when your spirit no longer collapses under trials, when your purpose burns so brightly that it lights the darkest night, then you will understand what it means to be truly unstoppable, a man who cannot be broken. A man who carries within him the greatest power given to humanity, the power of a positive mental attitude. When you think about confidence, you may picture individuals who appear calm and comfortable in their own skin, individuals who exude self-assurance without hesitation. However, here's the truth. Confidence is not a constant state. It's a skill that is developed and practiced, just like any other ability. Everyone, regardless of how tough they appear on the outside, experiences doubts and insecurities. The difference lies in how we manage these feelings. You are the architect of your own self-perception, what you tell yourself. The self-talk you engage in has a profound impact on how you feel and how you show up in the world. If you constantly criticize yourself, telling yourself things like "I'm not good enough" or "I keep messing up," it's no wonder you might feel insecure. However, if you choose to focus on your strengths, past accomplishments and the progress you've made, even if it's just baby steps, you'll start to feel a shift in your mindset. This is the cornerstone of building confidence. The journey begins with self-awareness. Acknowledge the negative self-talk and beliefs that are holding you back. Are you plagued by thoughts like "I am not talented enough" or "everyone else does it better"? Bring these thoughts to the surface, look at them. Challenge their validity. You have to ask yourself, is there any real proof to support these beliefs, or are they just stories you've told yourself? Often these limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained, a result of years of negative self-talk. It takes practice and patience to uproot them, but it's essential. You would continue wearing clothes that don't fit just because you've worn them for a long time, would you? Same goes for your beliefs. It's time to discard the ones that no longer serve you and embrace new, more empowering ones. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's a muscle that you strengthen over time. Start by setting small, achievable goals for yourself. Break down larger tasks into smaller ones and celebrate your wins. No matter how small they seem, this builds a positive feedback loop. As you experience success, your confidence grows, propelling you to take on bigger challenges. We often compare ourselves to others, especially in today's world where social media portrays a highlight reel of everyone's successes. But remember, you are on your own unique journey. Comparing yourself to someone else is like comparing apples to oranges. You have different skills, experiences, and paths to navigate. Focus on your own progress, your own story. Celebrate your uniqueness. It's what sets you apart and makes you truly confident. Many books have been written about confidence, but none can replace the wisdom found in actual experience. Step out of your comfort zone. Take calculated risks, try new things that scare you a little. With each challenge you conquer, your confidence will grow. Remember, confidence is not about being fearless. It's about feeling comfortable enough with yourself to embrace fear and discomfort as opportunities for growth. Surround yourself with positivity. The people you spend time with should inspire and support you, not tear you down. Seek out friends and mentors who believe in you and your abilities. Their belief can be a powerful catalyst for your own self-belief. Cultivating confidence is an ongoing process, a lifelong journey. There will be setbacks and moments of self-doubt. That's perfectly normal. The key is to acknowledge these feelings, learn from them and adapt. Build your confidence incrementally, brick by brick, through small consistent actions. Over time, you'll look back and see how far you've come. Remember, true confidence doesn't mean being perfect. It means embracing your imperfections and still believing in yourself. It's about accepting your weaknesses while focusing on your strengths. It's about learning from your failures and growing from your experiences. Confidence is a tapestry woven with threads of self-awareness, small wins, personal growth, and resilience. Nurture these threads and watch your confidence grow into a beautiful, strong fabric that supports and uplifts you every day. As Nelson Mandela said, "It always seems impossible until it's done, so go forth. Embrace the journey and become the most confident version of yourself." Do you feel overwhelmed by the complexities of life, and sure of which direction to take? In my book, Unshakable, How to Keep Your Mind from Breaking, I delve deep into the power of our thoughts and how they directly influence our reality. Discover practical strategies and actionable advice to overcome life's challenges and cultivate an unshakable mindset. Learn to reframe your thoughts, adopt a warrior mentality, and build resilience in the face of adversity. Don't let life knock you down. Order your copy today and take the first step towards a stronger, more resilient you. Remember, your mind can't be broken. It can only be redirected. Choose wisely. Listen carefully. Every thought you allow into your mind is like a seed. Some seeds bring life and strength. Others bring poison and death. Most people guard their houses with locks and alarms, but they let any thought walk freely into their minds and then they wonder why they feel weak, defeated, and broken. Your mind is the only real house you live in, and it must be protected with more discipline than a fortress. You see, negative thoughts are not innocent visitors. They are invaders. They are thieves that come to steal your peace, your power, your future. And the only way to defeat them is to deny them entry. The moment you catch yourself thinking, "I cannot, I am not enough, I will never win," you must strike back. Strike back with faith. Strike back with gratitude. Strike back with the decision to say, "Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I must." This is not pretending. This is reprogramming. Because your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what you repeat over and over. That is why every successful man I studied used the power of autosuggestion. They built their minds through repetition. Every day they affirmed to themselves, "I will win. I will rise. I will succeed," until their subconscious believed it. Until doubt had no place to live inside them. But words alone are not enough. You must act with discipline every single day. Discipline is the bridge between what you desire and what you achieve. Without it, your attitude will collapse under pressure. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. It is refusing the temporary comfort that weakens you and embracing the hard path that strengthens you. For comfort is a trap. It lulls you into weakness. It makes you forget your purpose. But discipline, on the other hand, molds you into steel. When you control your habits, when you master your emotions, when you lead yourself instead of being led by impulses, you begin to experience the real power of a positive mental attitude. For storms will come. They always come, but when they do, the disciplined mind stands like a mountain, unshaken, unbroken, unafraid. This is why I tell you adversity is not your enemy. Adversity is your greatest ally. Every setback, every pain, every loss carries with it a seed of equal or greater benefit. The problem is most people never look for the seed. They only see the pain. So they remain broken. But the man with a positive mental attitude looks at every hardship and says, "This is not the end. This is preparation. This is training. This is the test before elevation, and when he chooses to see trials this way, they lose their power to crush him. They become steps that lift him higher. So when life throws stones at you, do not hide behind excuses. Collect those stones and build your foundation upon them. Now listen closely. You have within you the power to shape your destiny. It's not about wishful thinking or positive affirmations alone. It's about aligning your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions with the life you truly want. This journey begins with self-awareness. You must understand that your thoughts are like seeds that grow into experiences. Every idea, whether positive or negative, has the potential to manifest in your life. It is like a fertile field where some seeds bring forth gardens of beauty and others yield weeds of destruction. The choice is yours to plant. The next step is to take full responsibility for your life. Don't be a victim of circumstances or a helpless bystander in the theater of your own existence. Instead, become the director, the author, the creator of your reality. How? By taking charge of your thoughts. You have the power to choose what thoughts you entertain in your mind. And here's the key. Don't just think positive thoughts. Think thoughts that are aligned with your goals and values. If you want to be financially abundant, don't dwell on thoughts of scarcity and lack. Instead, focus on thoughts of wealth and prosperity. Imagine yourself achieving your financial goals and associate those feelings with your thoughts. But wait, it's not enough to have the right thoughts. You must also cultivate a deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude is like watering your thoughts, helping them to grow and flourish. Be thankful for what you already have and express gratitude daily. This positive energy will attract more abundance into your life. Remember the story of the man who used to make a wish every night to wake up in a better mood. Well, one night his wish was granted, and he woke up feeling fantastic. But the next day he wished to go back to his old ways. And so it went on, wishing for change and then going back to how things were. What happened? He remained stuck, never experiencing lasting change. Why? Because he lacked clarity and focus. Change doesn't happen overnight, nor is it random. It's a conscious choice and deliberate action. He needed to understand exactly what he wanted and be willing to work for it. Here's the deal. To achieve extraordinary results, you need an extraordinary mindset. That means shifting from a scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality. It's a mental makeover that can change your entire perspective. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, start appreciating what you do have and use it to your advantage. For instance, if you don't have much money right now, that can be your motivation to hustle harder, to learn new skills, or to find creative ways to generate income. Use it as fuel, not as a hindrance. And guess what? Setbacks and failures are not your enemies. In fact, they're your greatest teachers. When you fall, dust yourself off and analyze what went wrong. Learn from your mistakes and adjust your strategy. This is how you grow. This is how you become resilient. Most people give up too soon. They don't have the patience or the persistence to see things through. But you can't let setbacks define you. Keep moving forward, keep learning, and keep growing. Success is on the other side of your comfort zone. And here's the ultimate truth. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we choose to react to it. Your attitude is within your control. Your interpretation of events is within your control. Choose to be optimistic, even in the face of challenges. Choose to believe in yourself, even when others doubt you. And above all, choose to take action. Don't just sit around waiting for things to happen. Create your own opportunities. It's easy to complain about your circumstances, but it's not going to get you anywhere. So many people are stuck because they think the world owes them something. Guess what? It doesn't. You are responsible for creating your own success. You are the architect of your own destiny. No one else will build it for you. You see, becoming mentally strong is a process, not a destination. It's a continuous journey of self-improvement and personal growth. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep striving to be the best version of yourself. This is your life. It's time to take control of it. It's time to become the master of your mind and the creator of your destiny. Are you ready to seize the moment and shape your future? Are you ready to unlock the limitless potential that lies within you? Don't wait any longer. Start today. Take the first step towards becoming mentally strong and living a life on your terms. The power is in your hands. Believe in yourself and don't settle for mediocrity. You ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract abundance while others struggle with financial instability? The answer, my friends, lies in their mindset. These fortunate individuals have mastered the art of attracting money. They understand the subtle shifts in thinking that can transform their financial lives. Imagine a life where money flows to you effortlessly, where financial worries become a thing of the past and where abundance becomes your new normal. It might sound like a dream, but it's within your reach. Picture this. You're strolling through a lush garden filled with the fragrance of blooming flowers. As you wander deeper into the garden, you stumble upon a crystal-clear lake reflecting the beauty of the surrounding nature. Suddenly, a majestic white swan emerges from the water, gracefully approaching you. With a gentle nudge, the swan leads you to a hidden pathway. Intrigued, you follow its every move, feeling a sense of wonder and anticipation. As the path unfolds, you discover a treasure chest brimming with golden coins. Overwhelmed with joy, you realize that your financial struggles are a thing of the past. From that moment on, abundance becomes your constant companion, opening doors to new opportunities and financial freedom. What seemed like a fairy tale is actually a metaphor for the power of your thoughts in shaping your financial reality. Just as the swan guided the seeker to the treasure chest, your mindset can pave the way to financial abundance. It's time to uncover the secrets that can unlock the flow of money in your life. Get ready to embark on a transformative journey that will forever change the way you approach finances. Are you eager to attract wealth and prosperity? Then dive into this video and discover the mindset shifts that can turn your financial dreams into reality. Your journey towards a life of abundance starts now.